Hello everybody, my name is Kyle639 and welcome back to another video. Today in this one, I want to talk to you about Age of Overlord. Age of Overlord looks to be one of the most impactful sets of the year, containing a lot of good quality cards that could change the meta for the future. We have the new Diabellstar / Snake Eyes engine. Basically, their gimmick is to special summon level 1 fires from their deck as fast as possible, so those could be nice splash engines and something like Rescue. We have the new Horus engine, which is kind of level 8 monsters that send themselves to graveyards for a couple of effects and then trying to special summon themselves back to the field, so that could be a nice splash into something like Tier Limit. We have the new TG stuff, which can completely revitalize the deck and maybe put it back into meta contention. We have new support cards for Labyrinth, Vanquished, and Manadeum. And we even have some good TCG exclusive cards in Ken the Dragon Warrior and Jin the Diamond Tiger. But I want to talk about two cards in particular, and that is SP Little Knight and Super Star Slayer Typhoon Sky Crisis. Today we're talking about SP Little Knight. SP Little Knight is a new Link 2 monster that's coming out in Age of Overlord, and this Link 2 is about to break the fucking game. So in this video, I'm going to be showing some pros, some cons with the card, and then at the end of the video, I'll be giving my conclusion on the card. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video. So what are some pros when it comes to SP Little Knight? I actually got 5 of them for you. So number 1, it's very generic. It just requires 2 effect monsters to make, which is absolutely insane. Doesn't need to be with the same, it doesn't have to be with different names or anything. It could just be whatever the hell you want. Sure, you can't use normal monsters or something like that, but who's honestly playing normal monsters outside of Sun Avalon, right? So it's very generic. So basically, if you're able to link summon, you can make this card, which is absolutely insane. Number 2, you can banish a card on special summon. So if you use any of the extra deck type of cards, so Link, XYZ, Fusion, or whatever, on summon, you can banish a card on field or in the graveyard, which is absolutely insane. So if you use something like IP Masquerena and you go IP during your opponent's turn, you use IP and whatever to make SP Little Knight, you can get that effect on summon just to banish a guy from field or graveyard, which is absolutely insane that it has. Number 3, it can banish a monster as a quick effect. So as long as your opponent activates a card or effect, you can use the bottom effect to banish a monster you control and a monster your opponent controls, which is absolutely insane. You might think of that, well, you have to banish a monster you control, so that's kind of a downside. Doesn't necessarily mean that. You can banish something like the SP Little Knight that's going to leave the field anyways, banish itself so you can keep getting that effect every single turn, right? And it can dodge removal and stuff like that, which is absolutely insane. You also have to remember you're getting rid of one of your opponent's monsters as well, so it's a very, very, very good effect on that as well. Number 4, it's very good at going second. So not only can you do this going first with something like or just hard making it and using the bottom effect, or using something like IP Masquerena or something like that, it's also just a good going second card. If you decide just to use this card as just trying to interrupt your opponent, breaking through your opponent's board, it works for that as well. If you use an extra deck monster, sure, you can't attack directly that turn, but you're still getting 2 interruptions out of SP Little Knight, just out of 2 monsters, which is absolutely insane. So not only is it a going first card using IP or something like that, you can also treat it as a going second card to try to break boards as well. And number 5, can be made during your opponent's turn. I've kind of been saying this beforehand in the other pros, but using something like the IP Masquerena, you can do this during your opponent's turn. Same thing of something like the Unchanged Solar Rage. Solar Rage, all it needs is to use or to make is a Dark Link monster. Guess what? SP Little Knight is a Dark Link monster, so you can make Little Knight in Unchained, which is going to be very fun to play against. But basically, again, any deck that can link summon can pretty much use this card. So there's just so many pros to this card. It's absolutely insane. So what are some cons when it comes to SP Little Knight? I mean, there really isn't any. Technically, there is. There's 2 of them that are technically cons, but overall, I don't think they're really that bad of cons. So number 1, you can't attack directly when you use the first effect. So if you're able to use the first effect because you link summon using any of the extra deck type of guys, You can't attack directly for the rest of the turn, but again, if you're using like IP Masquerena or Soul Rage to make this, that's not that much of a problem because you're making it during your opponent's turn, so you can't attack directly anyways. But if you're going second trying to break the board, sure, you can't kill them, but like you're breaking their, this is going to help you break their board, and it's going to help you at least set up some interruption when you pass back to them. So that first effect preventing you from attacking directly is not really that bad of a con. And then number 2, you have to banish one of your own monsters for the second effect. Again, I was kind of explaining it in the pros why this isn't that bad of a con, because it makes it where you can dodge removal, right? So if you go like SP, or you can, if your opponent activates a card that tries to get rid of one of your monsters, you can go SP Little Knight, target the monster they're trying to remove, and target one of their monsters, get rid of both of them, and it comes back in the end phase. So like it dodges that removal spell, which is very, very good. It also is really good if you target your own SP Little Knight, because you can banish the SP Little Knight. Makes it where your opponent cannot get rid of it any way, shape, or form unless they have some way to put it back from the banished area back to somewhere else, right? But it comes back during the end phase, so you can use that second effect once again during the next turn as well. So it's super good. So technically there are 2 cons when it comes to SP Little Knight, but really they're not that bad of cons. So in conclusion, SP Little Knight is about to break this fucking game. It is such a good card. Again, any deck that can link summon probably will be playing this card just because of its generic, its interruption, not only during your turn, but during your opponent's turn as well, which is very, very dumb. Both effects are insane. There's no cons to it. Sure, you can attack directly and you have to banish one of your monsters. Technically, those are cons, but like, come on, that's not that much of a con. You can still pretty much play. It does not lock you into anything. It's a very, very dumb card. Probably shouldn't exist. It probably shouldn't exist. They probably shouldn't have printed this card, but they did, and it's about to be the dumbest card out of Age of Overlord. It's going to probably be the most expensive secret rare out of Age of Overlord as well, which is going to be annoying because I want to pick up that card, and I probably want to pick up multiple of that card because that card is fucking dumb. But yeah, that is it for the video. I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, leave a like and subscribe for more content on the channel, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.